well, his sister. As the winds give benefit, convoys assistant, do not sleep but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primy nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and appliance of a minute, no more.
No more than so.
Naked, no more. Nature, crescent, does not grow alone in thews and bulk, but as this temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide withal. Perhaps he loves you now, and now no soil nor cockle doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear, his greatness weighed, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. Therefore must his choice be circumscribed to the voice and yielding of that body whereof he is the head. Then if he says he loves you, fit your wisdom so far to believe it as he in his particular act and place may give his saying deed, which is no further than the main voice of Denmark goes law. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with to creed and ear you list his songs, and lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, fear it, my dear sister. Keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. The chariest maid is prodigal enough if she unmask her beauty to the moon. Virtue itself escapes not calumnious strokes. The canker galls the infants of the spring too oft before their buttons be disclosed, and in the morn and liquid dew of youth, contagious blasphements are most imminent. Be wary, then, lest safety rise into fear. Youth to itself rebels, for none else near.
Who shall the effect of this good lesson keep, as watchman to my art? But good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whiles like a puffed and reckless libertine himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own breed.
Fear me not. Stay too long. But here, my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon his second plea.
Yet here, Laertes! Aboard for shame! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee, and these two precepts in thy memory sit down character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in bed that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expensive, fancy, rich, not gaudy. The apparel often claims the man, and they in France, of the best rank and station, are the most select and generous chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for one oft loses both itself and friend. This, above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
The time in which you go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia.
Remember well what I have said to you.
Is it my memory loft and you yourself shall
Farewell.
What is Ophelia yet said to you?
so please you? Something touching the Lord Hamlet?
Very well bethought. It is told me he hath very oft of late given you private time, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. You do not understand yourself so clearly as behooves my daughter in your honor.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection.
Affection? Pooh! You speak like a green girl. Do you believe his tenders, as you call
I
them?
do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I'll teach you. Tender yourself more dearly, or not to crack the wind of the poor phrase, rather thus, you'll tend to be a fool.
hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
Fashion, you may call it. Go to.
And I countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy boughs of heaven.
Springes to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns how prodigal the soul and the tongue vows. From this time, be somewhat scanter of your maiden presence. For the Lord Hamlet believes so much in him, but he is young. And with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. This is for all I will not from this time forth have you so slander any moment leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you, come your ways.
Shall obey, my lord.
Bites shrewdly. It is very cold.
It is nipping and an eager air, my lord.
What hour now?
I think it lacks 12.
No, 'tis struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. Then it draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. What means this, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse. And as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is to custom?
Aye, marry, is. But to my mind, though I am native here, and to the matter born, it is a custom more honored in the breach than the observance. This heavy-headed revel east and west makes us traduced and taxed of other nations. They clep us drunkards, and with swinish phrase, soil our editions. Look, where it comes! Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou spirit of hell or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intent wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King! Father! Royal Dane, oh answer me! Let me have burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. Why the sepulchre, wherein we saw thee quietly inurned, hath oped his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean? That thou, dead corpse again in complete steel, revisitest thus the glimpses of the moon, making night hideous, and we, fools of nature, so hardly to shake our dispositions with thoughts beyond the reaches of our souls. Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it's some impartment to desire to you alone.
With what courteous action it waves you to a more rooted ground. But do not go!
No! I know me!
You will not speak, then I will follow it!
not! My lord!
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fear for my soul. Look into to that being a thing immortal of itself. It weighs me for the gale, follow it!
What if it tempts you toward the flood, my lord? Or to the dreadful summit of some cliff that beetles o'er its face into the sea, and there assumes some other horrible form that may deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness? Think of it. The very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain that looks so many fathoms to the sea, and hears the roar beneath.
It brings me still. Go on,
Go!
hold off your hand!
You shall not go!
My fate cries out, and makes each petty artery in this body as hearty as the Nemean lion's nerve. Still I am called out to hand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away! Go on, now follow me!
Max is desperate with imagination.
Follow, 'tis not fit thus to obey.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow.